Whoa, this new Aldous skin makes it even stronger. I think at this point, Moonton should be paying me a salary for promoting their new skin like this. But regardless of the new skin, I was planning to play Aldous sooner or later because supposedly he was tweaked a little bit. In the latest update, it says that he was supposedly buffed, but some people feel like he was nerfed instead. So I decided to try him myself and see if he's better or not, and you can judge for yourself as well. One of the main weaknesses of Aldous is that in the early game he is extremely weak, and it takes a long time before he is useful in team fights. So if the enemies have many good early game heroes such as Farsa, then they could try to disrupt your farm and not allow you to get your stacks. But according to the latest patch, they tried to increase his early game potential, so I decided to test it out and fight against Ruby. However, I still needed to pay attention to farming the stacks, so I will still need to use my skill to last hit the minions. Even though Ruby is doing a good job at harassing me, it is still not too bad. As long as I can hold on and keep farming my stacks, Aldous will be a complete monster in the late game. I saw that our middle laner is taking the red buff, which means they will come to the bottom lane eventually. So I decided to fight Ruby and lower her HP as much as possible, so when they come here they can easily kill her. What a perfect plan. Okay, now that they are here, I will bait Ruby to keep attacking me. But Moscow decided to walk in the front instead of flanking Ruby, just like Akai is doing. If you want your teammates to not make these kind of rookie mistakes in the future, consider leaving a like and subscribing so my videos are being recommended to more players. Smiley face. Well, we completely failed the gank, and now the enemies are current ganking us. This is looking bad. I have very low HP, so I need to get out of here ASAP. I'm getting desperate to farm my stacks, but remember what I said in my previous video about being desperate? That's when we cannot think properly and forget about some of the most basic stuff in the game, like looking at the map and so on. Actually, I decided to commit this mistake because I want you guys to see firsthand what will happen to you when you get too desperate. Yup. Okay, we are losing the early game really badly, but don't worry, if we can manage to keep farming the stacks and make it to the late game, none of these painful experiences will matter. Ruby is getting a bit too cocky. It's time for redemption. I guess they really buff Aldous' early game power. I'm using ult just to check if there are any enemies coming to gank me. If not, I will just keep farming.
Initiate retreat. An enemy has request backup. The enemy has slain the turtle.
You guys can see that I tapped my first skill, but for some reason it didn't activate. Amazing.
Has been slain. Enemy missing.
Ruby is trying to harass me as much as possible, so I don't have the easiest time farming.
Ult is ready. Turtle resurrecting soon. Initiate.
Ruby actually thinks she's winning the game, but little does she know, Aldous is actually a wolf behind the mask, and she has your chosen death.
Our turret has been destroyed. Okay. An enemy has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret. Wait.
I still don't have enough stacks, so it's not wise for me to fight right now. I would rather use this opportunity to keep farming. And my team also has Alice and Moskov, which are very weak heroes in the early game. But for some reason my team decided to fully commit to a team fight right now. Sad face.
Ally has been slain. Launch attack. Request ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
And because I'm farming, just like all Aldous players should be doing, my teammates are pinging me. Interesting.
Meaningless! Now talk with your fists!
Just ulting to move around the map faster. I have no intention to fight at the moment.
Our turret has been destroyed. Request backup.
My only interest is to farm stacks, and then farm even more stacks, and lastly farm more stacks until I can one punch all of them. At this point, I think I have farmed quite enough to finally be able to do something during the team fights.
Turret is under attack. Launch attack. An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
Oh, look who we have here. The Ruby who was taunting me in the early game.
Team destroyed a turret. Team destroyed a turret.
Now is the time for Aldous to shine.
Killing spree. Request backup. Ally
You're looking a little lost.
Lord resurrecting soon.
You've returned.
Attack the Lord.
Quite unfortunate that Moscow is still taking the buff when he already got one.
On my way. An ally has slain Launch attack.
Does Moscow think that getting two of the same buff actually stacks?
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
Ah, he's just a dick. Well, at least now he's super strong and he will be able to kill everyone with all those buffs.
Shut down.
Well,
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Labyrinth shall never fall.
we should definitely not fight when we are outnumbered, especially when the one who got all the farm is already dead.
You're looking a little lost.
Ally has been initiate retreat. An ally has been an enemy has been slain.
Always fulfill my contract.
Enemy unstoppable. Launch attack.
I never lose. And the surface is guarded by me!
Big talk for a race of vermin!
Team destroyed the turret. Team destroyed the turret. Monster kill. Double kill. Gather for team fight. Your team destroyed a turret. Launch attack. Killing spree. Wiped out.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Thanks.